In here for this event, which we're all curious about what's in this box here. Only time will tell when we look at this as to what's going on and discover this box was under the Mayo Brothers Statue in the back of the Civic Center, and then it got moved to the front of the Civic Center, and then discovered when we started doing the district center says they've got a list, and we had a list that supposedly came out of this box that is out there. The box was put under the Mayo Brothers in 1951, somewhere in that. About 1986, it got moved to the front of the Civic Center, and then it was discovered just earlier this year. So there's different stories as to just what has happened. Post Bulletin reported in 1952 this was called a remembrance box. It was not a time capsule. And we did a little looking at it earlier in the week, or actually last week, and found that this was not going to be so easily. Let's uncover it at least. We can see what this thing looks like. I thought I should dress as Jack Sparrow today because we found this treasure chest here. So it's not pretty right now, and we don't know what was on top of this. Some sort of document it must have been. And you have to remember, in 1978, that whole area was flooded. So it's gotten pretty crusty down the side. We did a little picking at it the other day and found it looks like it's copper, but it is so solid, and it was like, actually John Hunziker said to me, you're not going to get that thing open with just a pair of pliers and a screwdriver. So I have to say, nobody's looked in it. We had staff over at the Civic Center kind of grind along the under edge there to say, we don't want to stand out here for an hour and have a whole event here trying to get this thing open. So ultimately they did that. They said, cover it up, put it away, bring it back out here today. You know, they cut it so we could just tip it back. Now what's that? And you can see it's all copper. So this is all very clean. You want to start unwrapping some of those? Yeah. So did they have tinfoil back in 1951? This one is from September 24th, 1952, minutes of the Mayo Memorial Association. And that was the group that put that whole plan together for the memorial out there. And then it was right after that, I believe, when the Mayo Brothers Statue was dedicated. So all the minutes in a hardbound copy, 1952.
So this thing of American War Memorials published not long after World War II.
Well, this is rather timely too. This is 1915 to 1951 Rajuco, and inside it is 1950, the Rochester Junior College, the 35th anniversary, then and now. So it's their yearbook from that time, so from the junior college, and they're celebrating a big event this year, their 100th anniversary. So put that together.
We have a stack of letters of individuals who were invited to attend the dedication ceremony, and the stack I have are those that are at RSVP that they would be attending the event.
This is the list of the people who couldn't make it, so it includes President of the University of Michigan, President of the University of Minnesota, some other folks.
And other pictures and photos of the city of Rochester as it looked back then, and the 1938 cornerstone of a building with both Will and Charlie and Chuck Mayo on that picture, so that'll be interesting to look at all of those as well.
What do we got here?
Will and Charlie and Chuck Mayo. Back, so a cornerstone laid 1938. I don't know which building that might have been. And now we have a bunch of newspaper articles. Mayo Supreme Court of Medicine, does it have a date? It does, down at the bottom. This is the Sunday morning edition of the, that's interesting, the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, February 5th of 1950. That's fun. What do you got?
Well, this is after the Mayo Brothers passed away.
Okay.
Funeral procession.
Very good.
1939.
This is the New York Times Magazine.
New York Times Magazine of 1951 talking about the memorial here. And here's a paper of when President Roosevelt visited Rochester in 1934. Roosevelt says Mayo deserves thanks for service given to the nation. 3 of them were outstanding humanitarians.
It had to happen back then like they do today at times. A city landmark to give way to new clinic building. The old central school soon to be raised. This is from the Post-Bulletin in, let's see, 1950. It is January 5th of 1950. And Dr. Will and Dr. Charlie Mayo pictured there. International renowned page of the Mayos here, and a lot of stories about that. New Soviet A-bomb explosion predicted. New breed of turkeys seen eating growers. So a lot of interesting things. What will we do with this now? I think we can put it all back in there. And maybe this whole box could be displayed at some place with some of the materials taken out. So we have some cards here that I'm proposing in the next couple of years that we should be thinking about a new time capsule. As things start changing around here, a society of 4 members down in Georgia that they're the International Society of Time Capsules. They pointed out that as far as they know, there's probably have been 10,000 time capsules, of which 9,000 nobody's got any idea where they are. And so that's what's happened often. I was in Duluth a couple weeks ago, and I think this is what has to happen. I've been in that building many times, the Duluth Convention Center, the deck. We were on the side towards the harbor. There's a big plaque there that says to be opened in 2050. They had a dedication of whatever it is, of the time capsule, on New Year's Eve in 2000, the year 2000. And then, like I said, it says to be opened in 2050. So that kind of thing, I think, has to happen so that people know, and presumably the time capsule is behind that plaque. So these kind of things that we just kind of like, they get put away, and again in that article in the Post-Bulletin, or not Post-Bulletin, the Wall Street Journal, it said that so many of these things, once they're buried, everybody forgets about it. Nobody knows where they're at or what it is. And we had a little bit of that. We knew where it had been, but we had no idea what was in it anymore, the documentation. So now we have all of this, and I think, and this card, you can mail it, or you can go online. We'll have a place where any of you have ideas, what should be in a new time capsule that might be in 2 years, and where do you think it should be located?